So I've had cancer twice. The one I took very ignorant. I almost treated it like a common cold. I didn't humble myself to the entire experience. Getting a port, going through chemo, losing all the weight. I still had to work. I'm a lineman. I was still doing my daily stuff, had a baby at the time, but I didn't humble myself to the entire deal. I didn't take my health and nutrition the right way. I was still smoking. I was chewing in the chemo facilities, in the infusion centers. I'd go in the bathroom, I'd have a chew in. I spent most of my time trying to find what beer I could stomach without throwing up. And even after that, my celebration was getting hammered, drinking. And I remember thinking like, man, I'm just that tough, right? Like, I went through the chemo and I'm just that tough. What opened up my eyes a lot was a warning. You get a little heavy, man. You start progressively moving forward, and then God has a way of making sure He keeps you on track. He's going to put you back on your heels when you're falling too far forward. And I lived my life like that a lot. I took advantage of a lot of these situations and just assumed that I was in a position that was above an average person. I could just handle it because my mentality is so good. I go into remission. A year and a half later, I get it again. I'm still drinking, I'm still smoking, I'm still doing everything I'm not supposed to do. And then I listened, man. And I was more excited to beat it this time because I knew that I got it as the final warning. And I could get it again, and that's not the point. The point is that I'm using God, and I understand what's happening and who I can reach out to, who I can help, and who I can touch. Because now I'm putting Him as the forefront, as opposed to assuming that I did all this by myself. But really and truly, the entire time, it was Him just working in my life, trying to get me to understand that the amount of humility that I needed was going to dictate the rest of my life and everything else that I had planned.